Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started.
And off we go in our nation's capital. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
They'll run here with a rookie.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Called a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and he just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First down.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing is Hurts.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown.
And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as he'll get this down inside the 35.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Got him in. It's Brown.
And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as he'll get this down to the 23.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a second and 6. Here's Hurts to throw. Now he'll tuck. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
And it's third down. Third and long.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is third down and 8.
Hurts.
And that is incomplete.
Intended for A.J.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They went 3-and-out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. First and 10.
Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now third down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
The Eagles offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
And he'll get this to the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle 1st down.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and
3. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll try to pick it up himself.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this one is we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and 1st downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run with Barkley and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their own 44. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota.
They'll swing this out to Krosky-Merritt.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Mariota to throw it. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Throwing is Mariota. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin, 58 yards. And the Commanders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Jake Moody now for the point after.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Eagles 3.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
13 yards.
Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And an Eagle first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Devontae Smith,
42 yards.
and the Eagles have retaken the lead.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
On for the extra point, Jake And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 34.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Hurts. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And an Eagle 1st down.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
13 more yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Philadelphia.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Touchdown! Jahan Dotson from 13 yards out. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Able to slither by. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Mariota. Over the middle, complete. That's Lane. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
To throw, Mariota. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
40-yard line.
Mariota now. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Mariota. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Give that sack to Nakobe Dean. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Shifts by him. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
First down. 1st and 10.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Barkley, inside handoff.
And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
37-yard line.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9.
Now back to throw. He's got Smith here.
And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles first down as he's up to the 47.
That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
But they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Throwing at 36.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Hurts.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. That is caught.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
36-yard line.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 39 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Washington offense back out there. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And the Eagles have recovered. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. There's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Mariota. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Mariota.
Pass caught. It's Lane with it.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The visitors' offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Now he's going to step up and run.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's good for an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Nick Ballore coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw.
Now Hurts is going to do it himself.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts,
a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Mariota.
He'll swing this out to Krosky-Merritt.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Mariota to throw it.
Setting up the screen, Krosky-Merritt.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
On 1st down, it's Krosky-Merritt.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here's 2nd and 7.
To throw is Mariota. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Throwing, Mariota. He's going to air one out.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over here up near the 40.
I think this one will arrive very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Quick slant, Dotson.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Hurts completing this one quickly.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
Dancing away at the 35.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He was probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Slot man moves right. From the gun, Mariota. He finds his man, complete. That's late. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
The slot man in motion right. Mariota now. That's to Lane. He's got it outright. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Final play of the half here. Mariota. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them, so what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Smith here. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert. His tight end over the middle. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's good for Eagles. First down. A gain of 15. First down, Eagles.
This is all about testing a defense at different levels. Both the tight end and the receiver outside are going to run matching dig routes at varying depths down the field. This gives your quarterback options. He decides to go with his tight end on the shorter route, and he made the right call.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 4. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop his shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turn him loose.
This short throw caught by Goddard. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
On the sneak, it's Hurts.
Well, he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go in the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
He made his first, this from 47 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
A nice little juke. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. First possession of the second half now for Washington.
Looking to put a drive together.
The drive begins with a carry by Krosky-Merritt. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They'll run once more with JCM. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, they go with Krosky-Merritt.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
2nd down and 8.
To throw, Mariota.
Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a fourth down.
Here's Tressway now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. On the other side, they've had trouble stopping him not only on the ground but through the air. He's hit the century mark running the ball. He's approaching that receiving it.
I'm starting to think, Brandon, we're going to have to start judging running backs by a little bit different standard, and we know the gold standard now is 1,000 yards running the football. But I think we've got to start looking at all-purpose yards, yards from scrimmage. That's probably a better measure of what you're getting from these backs, because look at the game we're getting here. He's run it well, but overall his damage has been done catching it.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see if that will continue. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hurts.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there for Philly. 53 yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
Hurts with a quick throw, complete.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a heck of a move.
makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Krosky-Merritt to start the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Again, it's Krosky-Merritt. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Mariota. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That third down conversion good for 23.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Here's Mariota. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Up the middle, Krosky-Merritt. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Mariota. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt from 4 yards out. And the Commanders are able to claw one back. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
An extra point try now for Moody. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Eagles' offense set to begin their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second and a couple. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Running left, it's Barkley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. They go play action with Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
2 yards to go, second down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Got a man. It's Brown. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
and Matt has got it, the tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Elliott on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A little juke. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over again. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Mariota. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Mariota to throw it. That's Samuel, caught left side. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and
9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Mariota. In trouble, and he's taken down. Nolan Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They juked him. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Over the middle, he's got Lane. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Mariota now. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll throw again. Mariota setting up the screen. Krosky Merritt. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This offense so far on third down, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll try and do this himself. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a first down. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Throwing, Mariota. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
That's another
12 more yards there and another first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, this has been a...
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Now Moody for the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles just continue to roll. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Elliott on for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
69.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A beautiful fake. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Washington offense going back to work. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mariota. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's 1st down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
That's good.
9 yards that time.
1st down.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Nolan Smith showing some burst there to catch him behind the line.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the gun, Mariota. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Maybe a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now Mariota. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
It's 4th down.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Pass to Brown, he's got it on the crossing route. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. A handoff to Barkley. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on them taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
This 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.